Hello everybody, welcome to the third scenario of the Revolt of the Beastmasters. By Royal Decree. Eliminate Baron Paglov by conquering all the towns. Limited to level 18, so let's go. Of course we go with attack.
By placing a price on the heads of the escaped slaves, Mad King Griffinheart caused the slaughter of hundreds of mudhunters. Even today, mass unmarked graves of headless corpses can be found in the swamps.
Baron Paglov slipped away just before we conquer his castle. He had fortified himself in another. Mad King Griffinheart sent more reinforcements along with a warning. This time Paglov had to succeed, or he would be stripped of his title. Luckily, I had the opportunity to capture a garrison near Paglov Castle and fill it with some troops. We are safe as long as I hold that garrison. Okay, so you have a guy here. Some gate. So they are joining. Yes. Yes, pass. Yeah, okay. You have orders to kill all rebels. Drop your weapon or die. There are some things built in, okay. Joining. Do you have any food? Paglov has seen fit to feed us in 3 days, says the lizardmans. After you give them food from your own meager stores, these lizardmans ask you to join the army. And as we will have food in our bellies, they say. You'll put an arrow through your skull if you approach. This is Baron Paglov mine. Okay. Sure. Can I open this? XP is good. Oh, I can buy ballista, right? The ballista could be. It will pay good access to Baron Paglov and deserve our protection. Any approach will be dealt with harshly. Can I like stop using the flies? Let me open it on this guy. The familiar glint of steel in the early morning sunlight warned me to duck. Just as I dove to the ground, a steel bolt whizzed overhead, sinking solidly into the tree behind me. The marksman scuttled off quickly into the swamp. Then one of my soldiers brought me the bolt. There was a piece of parchment attached to it. It read, "By command of His Majesty, King of Heredia, all slaves walking the land without shackles and written permission of their master will be put to death immediately. A reward of 10 silver will be given for the head of an escaped slave." I accepted this response, just not too soon. Now you'll have every thief, brigand and pirate in the land hunting for us. Well, that's why I'll examine more heads for the bounty. You have orders to shoot escaped slaves. Okay, mate. More lizards. Someone forced these lizardmen to guard the other slaves' pens, but with no troops inside, they will gladly join me instead. The king calls is of limit stand back. Can build one fort. Greetings, we used to be the scholar slaves, but he freed us in exchange for helping him to get out of Bakalov Castle. The job is done, so we would like to thank you. One defense is always nice. Some zealots and monks. That's a few. Level 16, I think level 18 was the max, right? Oh, violent. Oh. Okay, that was there, okay. The surprise dive bomb for your head, but pull up at the last when passing by you. Gleefully, they create quite a display as they soar above you. See? We are strong enough to join you, they cry. There's like a few of them, right? Is this like all joiners? Let's take this because the Gnoll commander Berlik took a few troops to retrieve a couple of families of escaped slaves from nearby town. They've been hiding there ever since they broke from their pants. Now they wanted to join my ever-growing army. When Berlik returned, I could see that something was wrong. The Gnoll walked with their head low, dragging their flies behind them in mud. What happened, friend? I asked. Drake shook his head and muttered, "They are all that woman pups, all of them. Baglo got to them?" "I don't think so, not even Baglo has been this brutal," Berlik said. Then he described the bloody scene at the ball, fluttering that he talked about the headless corpse hanging from the tree. Bounty hunters, I gasped. More attack. 7 ambushes sprints from the dense vegetation and attack. The Gnolls immediately fall to their knees and begin to plead with you, wanting desperately to join your army. You need to fight some griffins. Can I stop losing flies in every fight? Okay. Let's get a little bit more army. I guess this is better. The group of monks stand vigil outside the garrison, apparently awaiting your arrival. They turn towards you as they approach and begin to chant. You'll send you to whatever gods you worship. Attends and monks shout they attack. Oh. Baron Paglov. Seems fine, right? Dear spouse, it's castle. Ooh. Okay, exactly nothing. 10 monks, okay. Oh, I forgot that he's already right. He's doing like 1 million damage. Okay. Yeah, so this we are winning. Okay. So I guess it's time to build a little bit towns up, I guess. I assume he'll be standing in the town. So if you fight him outside, I'm sure we could win. So let's see. Yeah, if you would attack us outside, we would win. Ooh, the Brelic and Fyodor was approaching me early this morning, but it wasn't Brelic who spoke to me. One of the other soldiers stepped nervously forward. Sir, I have bad news. The gnome stammered. Look at Brelic and the others. They were afraid of me. Perhaps it was my response they feared. When did I get a reputation from cruelty? Then I recall that all these gnomes have been slaves just a few short months ago. Whenever they had to report bad news to their master, they were probably whipped for it. No wonder they accept me to respond. What is it? I asked. We, gnomes, began glancing at the Brelic and other for support. We are checking the supplies before we begin the march today. Practically, the entire wagon is missing. Really? Are you sure? I asked calmly. Wagon just disappeared, but I didn't want to give my own troops to fear me, so I restrained my shock. You think deserters stole the resources, Brelic said. Deserters? How many? Nearly a dozen. I'm sad to say they are gnomes, sir. Oh, the desertion began. I'm not surprised considering the odds against us. The true problem is how to deal with it. Normally, swift and firm punishment would scare the rest of the soldiers straight. But if I respond with brutality, these gnomes would simply see me as another slave master. Send a search party after the deserters, but don't go out of your way. I can't force them to fight, nor do I want to. Relic nodded and turned to leave. One more thing, I said. Order the search party to capture the deserters. Don't kill them. Don't harm them in any way. So we are like completely out of resources. Not cool. Like out of gold completely. Oh. Try to this here before they like move, right? I need to buy it here. Today I joined the party searching for deserters after they discovered some fresh tracks. Leaving Brelic in command of the army, I took half a dozen lizards with me. We crept through the mud and bushes, ignoring the fat leeches that collected on our bare skin. Finally, we tracked them to a small cave inside of a mound poking up out of the swamp. A few of the trees around the entrance to the cave had been burned black and lifeless pyres and fire. Half view form up on the left, the others on the right. I will throw in my swan. I'm going in. I slipped into the cave on my hands and knees. The scent of charred vegetation was replaced by the bungled of burned flesh. I knew what I would find even before I saw the bodies, but I still couldn't stop. I crawled to the back of the cave, trying not to breathe. Disgusting air. I found the deserters. That is what was left of them. Their killers had ambushed them while they slept, removing their head, stealing their supplies, and for some reason they set the cave on fire. These were of the type of people we were dealing with, murderers. If only I had the time to turn my army against Mad King Griffinheart. The man was plighted on this land, but I wasn't here for vengeance. I was here to save the people from destruction. Okay. That's a lot of archers. This way. Then however there was the fight fence. I should build this down up. I need to buy algae next time. Well, I guess we go with scouting. Oh, they have castle. Okay. Yes. Happy to all. Reports of more massacres keeps coming in, women, children, and adultery. No one is safe for these murderous bounty hunters. I keep hearing about the lines of people who gather outside Baron Bugler's castle every morning to collect the dead pieces of silver for which they collected. Some even bring cartloads of dead rupees. It's all too familiar. By the ancestor. Gives me just a few seconds with this gun. I shoot a moment of weakness and rage. As I look at my troops, I can feel fury catching. If I don't control it soon, I will have an army of mania thirsting for blood, as I did so long ago when I conquered Prakat. Later in my time, the wise woman, Adamina, came to talk to me. Do you think the string Hardenwell will save us? She asked. I could tell her by her suspicion tone that she was up to something. It's not the only way, Adam admitted. If we don't find a home bind together as community, we will forever be weak. If not the Erethians, then someone else will walk in us and enslave us. A wise choice, but I seem to recall from the ancient stories a great and horrible leader of barbarians who made another choice. Adamina says. So she suspected I wasn't who I said I was, but how much did she know? He was wrong. If we can learn from history, then we are doomed to repeat it, aren't we? I said. Adamina nodded. There's nothing more to say. There is another chick. Okay, we go for it. It seems like they are not moving, so we can just chill and collect stuff here. The rest of the answers inspired my dream, but I woke knowing that bringing these people to their homeland will be enough. What they would do when my time with them was over, who would lead them? That was the point, wasn't it? As a barbarian tyrann, I led my people astray. I taught them how to be brutal, merciless, and uncaring. It wouldn't take much for them to unlearn these lessons. It would take a leader, teacher, someone to guide them, finally. I knew how to correct errors I made. And I knew the same would be true for Mudlanders, just as my people, after I freed them from slavery, needed a good leader to guide them. I also knew I couldn't be that leader. One day the ancestor would call me away. They needed one of their own, but who? Yeah, let's go with Salkane and we are good to go. So we can bring everything from left side when the new week will be. Okay. Who can lead them on like this when I'm gone? That is the question that was on every thought until I saw the young warrior Droglo. He was what they call Swamp Boy, human raised in swamp amongst the creatures. Although not a slave himself, he spent much of his life battling the Erethians. But it wasn't his resourcefulness or his battle skill or even his charisma that convinced me he would be an excellent leader of the Mudlanders. It was his compassion. Some gnolls brought Droglo to my camp as prison. The gnoll had been responsible for some Erethian captives and the boy released them, so they brought me Droglo instead. When I asked the boy why he let the prisoner free, Droglo said, because they were innocent. I heard the gnolls accusing them of slaughtering some children, but I know it's not true. How they killed the hooks responsible for that crime. But if you think they are still guilty of other crimes, for instance slavery, yeah, well, I don't think they are close. They choose to lock our people up. They've been Mudlander slaves here before they were born. The way I see it, it's the Mad King fault. The fault of his father and his father before that. These soldiers held slaves, same as we Mudlanders for our masters. It's how the things are. That's when I knew Drogo would be perfect leader for these Mudlanders. But first, I had to turn him into something more than a simple swamp boy. It's true. But wyverns or basilisks? Oh, that smells like a bit. Take and buy everything. This should be enough then. Yeah. Ooh. Interesting. I feel like the archers are like the biggest issue here. Going out, it's interesting. That's actually good. Are they afraid that much of the spells? Looks like they are. Yes, level 18. Alright. That was all for scenario number 3, Royal Degree. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I would appreciate if you could like the video as always and subscribe to my channel if you are not yet my beloved subscriber. And see you at the next video. Ciao ciao.